So today I am talking about The Wheel of Osheim, Book 3 of the Red Queen Wars by Mark Lawrence, and what an epic ending to what a brilliant series. Mark's second series, and this just, the two worlds, the Broken Emperor and the Red Queen Wars intertwine, and this is a perfect and fitting end to the stories in that world. This was such a good book. Both series, all 6 books, fantastic. I absolutely love this right up to the end, with the builder magics and the mysteries and the interplay that we've seen build up for so long come to an end in perfectly. Mark's a fantastic writer, a brilliant writer, definitely one of my favourite writers. I've loved every book he's written that I've read, and actually started another one. His The Book That Wouldn't Burn, the new series. I've started the first book in that. I think I got the right title, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that soon. But yeah, The Wheel of Osheim, fantastic ending. And as I've said before, I don't really like to do too many spoilers. But as I'm assuming you love my other 2 reviews on this series and then ran out and read the book, I have to tell you a little bit because it's the 3rd book in a series. And basically, our liar and our coward, Jalan, bursts literally onto the scene in this book, dropping from the gates of hell into the desert. And which really sort of scopes up the world too of the Broken Empire. Like it's our world in the future, but somehow in the past, and that was the big theme of the book. And in the first series, that he trickled that out so well. And sort of, if you've read this far, you know it's all going on, and you get what's happening now, and the builder magics and all that, what they actually mean. And so he's separated from Snorri. He's crawled his way out of hell and heading home to the Red Queen Wars. He's done his part. He's gonna gift her Loki's key and be the hero, be happy with life, find his way through things, and just be happy. But of course, that's not how fiction works, is it? It's not how life works really either. Certainly not how life works. So he gets back. He finds out the woman he loves is engaged to someone else, or married someone else in his absence. Because, again, they've all thought he's dead. He's disappeared. They thought he's dead. And he grows a little bit of spine, a little bit of backbone. That he speaks up to his grandmother, the Red Queen, and But his triumphant return does not go as planned. And what Mark did perfectly in this series was timeline. It's all first-person narrative, Jalan, but then he'll bring in other things, and he did it in the Broken Empire too. Like past story, connecting with things that are happening in the now, and bringing things back. And he did it perfectly in all 3 of them books, and he did it in this one's too, with Snorri's tale, bringing that in, and memories in the last one. And in this one there's a little bit of a recurring memories and bloodline memories so not his memories so much, but memories passed down through his ancestors, through his blood. And he does that perfectly. And upon his return, he does run in to the glorious bastard of all bastards, Jorg Ankraf, in Araby, where in the Middle Eastern countries, and they have a few drinks, and he imparts him some advice. And this is one of the most blood-curdling, brutal revenge FUs that I absolutely love. This scene where Jalan returns home and he's remembering Jorg's advice on how to deal with Mary's Alice and the debt, and and it's Jorg was very simple. Give him what you want. Sounds simple enough. Give him what he wants, sorry. Give him what he wants. And he wanted his money. You know, he tortured Jalan, threatened to kill him more than once. He gag-balled him. Give him what he wants. But then Jorg went on to explain, he's always going to want more. He's always going to want more. So when he does ask for more, then give him what you want. And this brilliant scene. Oh, I remember reading it for the first time, and then, like, because I've listened, read them years ago. I've said that each time, and then I've listened to it recently to reconnect. And as I'm reading it, I was like, I knew what's coming. I was like, in this blood curdling moment, and it's so brilliant. And then I think the thing I really love about this scene is Jalan's. It's not the euphoria, the great, I've done this thing, I'm free or I'm powerful now. And no, there's a real deflation of how he feels after this moment. And that's kind of really what a lot of those moments are. Then the highs or the anticipation of revenge, or sticking it to someone, even when necessary, don't always give us that feeling. And that's Mark captures that absolutely brilliant in his writing of this scene. It's not the only blood curdling scene. There's a lot of brilliant fights. Basically, once he does get back and he's returned the key not to the Queen, to his great uncle. And I haven't really talked a lot about him in these book reviews. His great uncle Darius, and the cripple who broke himself so the Silent Sister could obtain power. And we really find out about that subplot, through them flashbacks, like I talked about before, through them memories. And so he gives him Loki's key, so to give him power, because he should have been the king, but sort of he was usurped by the Queen, and Darius never seemed to have an issue with, but Jalan, in a moment of bravado, decided to take exception and to tell the Queen, and show a bit of backbone and stand up for his great uncle. So he gave him the key. And then the Red Queen marches off to pursue the Blue Lady, and that's when things, well, I'll say really start kicking off, but we've already had a lot of kicking off before there that I'm trying not to give too many spoilers. There's already a lot of stuff going on, and that's what Mark Lawrence books are about. I don't want to give scene by scene description of everything that happens. That's not what these reviews are about. It's not what I want to do. I just want to talk about the things I love, ramble on a lot, and hopefully encourage you to try reading. But this epic kicks off when the Red Queen marches to find the Blue Lady, and the grudge that goes on with them, to find the intrigue on that one is really cool, and how that's sort of started off. And again, through the flashbacks, Mark tells it all perfectly. And as a accounting bit of blow and a bit of spite, she basically makes Jalan in charge, like ward in charge of his older brothers, the heir apparently not, and all the lords to keep the defend as the ward of the city, to keep the city safe, and because he just wants to go back, bet a whole bunch of women and get drunk and gamble and be typical Jalan things. But no, he gives him the punishment of responsibility. And basically, upon returning, he's walked into his homeland where he's thinking it's peace and quiet. He's been chased by necromancers. He's battled dead kings. He's literally crawled through hell now. And he's come back, and hell is rising. There's dead, the dead are rising in the street. Ghouls are coming up. Necromancers and lich kings are basically appearing all the time and then once the Red Queen ships out in a pursuit with the army in pursuit of the Blue Lady, then they get attacked. And yeah, the battle scenes that follow and the interplay that follows is brilliant. It's epic. He's such a good battle scene writer, and the action pack is so good. It's absolutely fantastic. Edge of your seat, just turning pages, wanting to know what comes next, and then because he has the Loki's key, which can open the doors to anything, and despite the fact that given away, there's a story behind he gets it back and opens the door to hell and brings out Snorri. So the pair are reunited again, and they're going, and this is what the wheel of Osheim, to turn the wheel off before it ends the world, basically. So yeah, about halfway through the novel, maybe a little bit over halfway, then there's that play. There's so much in this brilliant book, and I've definitely read bigger, but it is a, this is why we love these big meaty books, and this is definitely one of them. Fantastic. So him and Snorri are off on another adventure again to basically leaving the city, what's left of the city, to defend for itself, as they go and take the key back to the Wheel of Osheim to destroy it. On the way, nothing is simple, and I can't remember if I talked about it. One of the young ladies that he bedded, one of the DeVere sisters, had a suitor try and, challenge him to a duel, and that comes back into play in the best way. It's so good. It is so good. Angry little midget, I think, is how he describes him more than once. This, I can't think of his name. He's a count, and he's a lord and a man of power, but he's a short-statured man, and he's a fanatic. He's a born warrior. He's a fighter, and that, and Jalen's a weasel and a thief and a liar, and despite that, he's blessed with a bit of berserker rage that has saved his life more than once and earned him the name of the hero of Errol Pass. He's still a coward. So watch him try and weasel out of this duel and this fight with this mad count, and then the way well, I won't spoil this one, but that is like, the blood curdling scene was brilliant, but I think this scene, for pure comical and the cheek and the brilliance of it, and it fits. There's monsters and all that, but the laughs in that fit with the story. It's not like odd or throwing in laughs here. It just works it, and that's the gift of a really brilliant writer, is to have the heavy, to have the light and the funny, and just to mix it all in seamlessly as Mark Lawrence does in his writing is absolutely fantastic. And that scene is one to look out for. And then it's that epic battle as they head north, the power plays that come on, all the characters that some of thing, and you really understand how we got to this world of like I said, it's in the future, but somehow in the past, and where we've basically reset, and but there's still traces of builder magic, modern our time technology in that, and you see how it all came into play and how it intertwined and broke the world and then reset it. And that I think was the real cool thing about the book at the end. I love the way it all timed out and the way Mark worked it into place. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Fantastic book. I think the whole series, all 6 books are absolutely worth reading. Definitely worth giving it a crack. I think, if you haven't read, because they've been out a while, and I'm just reconnecting with it. Like I said, I read them years ago. But if you haven't read them, jump on board. They are fantastic books, and maybe if you have, do like I, like read them again or listen to the audiobook version and reconnect with them, because they are fantastic books. The Wheel of Osheim, Book 3 in the Red Cream Wars by Mark Lawrence. Absolutely brilliant book. Highly recommend it. Happy reading. Subscribe and follow for more.